Whoa, okay, so if you've been following the Cardano ecosystem, you know things have been moving. And I don't just mean little updates. We're talking about some pretty foundational changes that could seriously reshape its future. Today, we're going to break down all the key developments, from brand new ways to get on board to some seriously sophisticated financial tools that are just now coming online. Let's get into it. This quote just nails it, right? We're not looking at minor tweaks here. These are fundamental shifts that are unlocking this massive wave of new use cases. And, maybe more importantly, making Cardano way more accessible than it's ever been. It really feels like a new chapter is beginning, so let's see what's being written. First up, let's talk about access, because look, for any ecosystem to really take off, people have to be able to get in the door easily, right? And that is exactly what this new integration with the Brave browser is all about. Okay, so what's the big deal here? It's all about how easy this is. Cardano is now built directly into Brave's wallet. That means no more hunting around for the right browser extension, no more complicated setup. You just open the Brave browser, click to activate the wallet, and bam, you can manage your ADA and other assets right away. This just rips away a huge barrier for anyone new coming into this space.
And this isn't happening in some kind of bubble. Brave Wallet already works with huge networks like Ethereum and Solana. So adding Cardano puts it on a level playing field for this massive existing base of Web3 users. And this has real practical benefits, like right now. For example, participating in things like the Midnight Glacier Drop can literally be done in a few seconds. It's all about making it frictionless.
All right, let's move on. Now that it's getting way easier to get on board, what can you actually do once you're there? Well, this is where a whole new wave of decentralized finance, or DeFi apps, comes into play. They're basically building a brand new financial frontier on top of Cardano. Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. One of the most exciting innovations is from a project called Newcast, and they're tackling uncollateralized loans. Let me tell you, this is a huge deal in DeFi. See, in most of DeFi today, you have to over-collateralize. You have to lock up, say, $150 worth of crypto just to borrow $100. Newcast is flipping that entire model on its head, which could totally democratize who gets access to capital. And get this isn't some far-off concept or just an idea in a white paper. It's happening right now. Newcast's engine is officially live in beta. Yeah, they're starting out with 100 ADA loans to prove the tech on the main network, but this is a massive first step for what's possible in the world of decentralized credit.
Next up, we've got to talk about Strike Finance. They're building this really advanced platform for trading perpetuals, and their new version, V2, is designed to go head-to-head with the big centralized exchanges. Think about this. They're aiming for the lowest fees out there, lightning-fast speed, and you can even earn some seriously juicy double-digit yields on your stablecoins. Plus, you'll be able to trade everything from Bitcoin and Ether all the way to traditional stocks.
And if you're wondering if Strike has any traction, just look at this number, $440 million. That's their all-time trading volume. So yeah, this isn't some tiny project hoping to get started. They're already a massive player, and they're just getting bigger. Now, let's switch gears and talk about the big one, Bitcoin. How do you unlock the value of the biggest crypto asset out there? Well, a project called Surf Finance just launched bridged BTC lending on Cardano, which is a game changer. It's actually beautifully simple. If you hold Bitcoin, you can supply it to a pool and just earn passive yield on it. And if you hold Cardano, you can use your ADA as collateral to borrow that Bitcoin. And this isn't just theory. You can see the real tangible value being created right here. Check out this reward snapshot for their stakers. We're talking over 11,000 ADA handed out in just one period, with almost 4 million ADA in total value staked by nearly 500 different people. This is a real, living, breathing financial market, and it's generating actual returns for users right now. Okay, so we've got easier access, right? And we've got these powerful new tools. But what does it all add up to? What's the big picture here? Well, that brings us to the macro level opportunity, unlocking billions in dormant value. This chart right here, it tells a massive story. It shows something called the daily asset turnover rate, which is basically just a fancy way of saying how actively assets are being traded and used. And look at the difference. Cardano's sitting at 0.3%, while a network like Solana is over 4%. That huge gap, that's pure, untapped potential. Let's put some real numbers on that, because this is where it gets crazy. You've got native assets on Cardano with a combined market cap of 1.5 billion ADA. That's a mountain of capital. But right now, only about 4 million ADA of that is actually traded on decentralized exchanges each day.
The rest, it's pretty much just sitting on the sidelines. So here it is, the punchline. If Cardano could just catch up to Solana's turnover rate, its daily DEX volume would explode by more than 15 times. We're talking over 60 million ADA every single day. I mean, the scale of that growth is just staggering to think about. And look, this isn't just wishful thinking. There are projects like Surge being built specifically to solve this problem and put those sleepy assets to work. With Surge going live this month, the key to unlocking that 15x potential isn't some distant dream. It's literally right around the corner. Okay, wow. We have covered a lot of ground. We've got new user access, incredibly powerful new financial tools, and a very clear path to unlocking billions in value that's just sitting there. So let's connect all the dots and see what this really means for Cardano's future. When you step back and look at the whole thing, you start to see this complete picture of a really mature ecosystem finally falling into place. The Brave integration is like opening the front door and welcoming everyone in. Projects like Newcast, Strike, and Surf are building out all the cool rooms inside the house. And then protocols like Surge are about to hook up a turbocharger to the whole economy. This is exactly what an ecosystem at a major inflection point looks like. So this brings us to the big final question, right? We've seen the foundation being laid. You've got easier access, way more powerful tools, and a clear path to making capital work harder. All the building blocks are there. So the question we're left with is, what's going to be the first killer app built on top of all this? What's that one thing that's going to take advantage of all this new power and just explode? Now that's something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this one.